80,000 in the air, splitting thoughts on the wings of the airplane. I'll call you when I'm there. Same old town, same old feeling. Different houses, different floor. And I burn another cigarette.
One of my favorite parts about this film is, of course, the visuals, which are extremely spectacular. And I think that each segment felt really unique. For the first stage, the red juxtaposed with the almost white sand dunes was really stunning, and I think created a lot of tension on its own. Not just with the person who's doing the dance, and you can feel that tension there, but also with the landscape that was used. And for me, I also think the last stage was filled with a lot of life and a lot of healing, and was really beautiful to see that landscape working in the way that it did. And I think another facet that really stood out to me in this film, other than, the incredible dance, which was very much the heart of this piece, but I think it was also the wardrobe, which I think on its own reflected a lot of emotion and was powerful.
I like the shot composition of the short. It has a lot of variety and it seems very intentional and allows you to experience the different emotions and conveying all the subjects and the story. The choreography is very beautiful. I like how the main characters have their own stories and you are taken through their whole character arc through this without conversation. I like how they implemented little cards to take us through their journey, as well as the different locations we're taken through as the audience. I like how all the characters' stories are interwoven into one story, and we get to see that at the end, which is a wonderful payoff.
The chapter that resonated with me the most was chapter 4, where you dive into this, kind of void thought to the brain of both positive and negative feelings, as we do share about 80,000 thoughts a day, and we kind of spiral here. And I don't know, just the words matched with the movement and just this moment in time that was the part that I feel like I will take away from this the most. But each chapter was beautiful, like just the locations of just this opening sequence was just absolutely beautiful and amazing to look at, and just to be able to see, I don't know, something about dancing amongst just a vast of white sand is just such a surreal experience to kind of witness. It's definitely taking me out of my norm. So it kind of brings this kind of dreamy element to what really is a big metaphor for life. I mean, as we end with this group of people kind of coming together and moving forward together.
The shot where we see the shadows of her and the vastness of the desert in front of the sunset is beautiful. The red dress, the choreography, all of it is carefully planned out with precision. The next scene cuts to a man who controls his anger by clenching his fist. And the theme is out of control, something we can all relate to. Perhaps the two females that accompany him are his support group and anchors. The room he is in is gray and dead, which he has nowhere to escape from such negativity. Then we have compromise, which I feel is about letting go of your old self and insecurities. In healing the pain, we see many different people performing the same movements. And then in keep moving, we see a woman who connects the 4 others together, and the cycle is complete again. In each different part, the choreography is unique to that specific emotion and phase, but all work well together and are nicely thought out. The actors had good performances, the settings were strong, the emotions were real. This is a very unique and original piece that I really feel like is about our state of mind and our emotions in terms of letting go of negativity in life. I felt like it could be about the 5 stages of grief, but also its own thing.
I think this starts with this great, majestic, desertic scenery with very appealing chapters and storytelling, lovely music, amazingly talented dancers, and they all look very young as well, so even more. I enjoyed it a lot. I like their choice of colors too. You get the sense of what they are trying to showcase here, and it's all of them are very engaging choreographies and cinematography. It's very well done. I love that scene with all the dancers on this chapter healing the pain. This is a theater or scenery or a scene. Um, it was so well edited. I liked it the most. Also, love the faces of grief showcased here, and at the end, all of them together in a chain of support. It was very magical, very moving as well.
Movement that continues. Every character keeps just moving and dancing, and you feel also you while watching the film, you feel the music, you feel the vibe. You see these men dancing in his apartment, in a little apartment, and then dancing in a studio, then dancing in a theater, then dancing in the desert. Um, so basically, the dance is connecting all these characters around the world, and dance is indeed one of the most beautiful arts that we have. So I really felt moved and also excited and empowered by this film, as by the music and by the performances.
This dance piece almost is like it reads the mind. I don't know if that means it's predictable or if it's just good interpretation of dance. But I was thinking about, like, in the first dance, when more voices integrated into the song, that it should be more than one dancer, and then it was. Um, the out of control part was just as well amazing. The editing through this and then bring it all together, it just makes it completely beautiful. And it makes it feel like it's a nice ending, whereas leaving something chaotic where they come to peace within themselves. This film also had gorgeous cinematography. It didn't matter whether they were in a little apartment, a dance studio, or the beach with the sands. It was sand dunes. It was gorgeous all around.
Loved how they kind of had these chapters almost, and I really liked them putting these kind of concepts in the audience's head, like they're like chapter titles, and then you got to see like the movement and the dance for it. I really, really enjoyed that because it gave just a tiny bit of context. It gave me something to try and not necessarily look for, but it implanted the idea before I watched it. And I think that that was really, really beautiful. I really liked that. I think that for me personally, that really helped. It helped kind of keep me not with just caught up in the beauty of the movement, but really in the maybe concepts behind the movement.